Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Nathbet Week 6. Hope you're all very, very well. First of all, apologies for last week, the lack of video. Myself and Pete were away on a beautiful wedding, our best friend's wedding in Minorg, had best men duties to fulfill, so unfortunately we weren't as prompt as we normally are. After 3 seasons, I'm sure you can give us 1 week off. But because of that, and obviously we haven't had the best of starts at Nathbet this year, of course very, very early in the season. I'm sure you'll see by Sunday's results with the likes of Palace and West Brom and Leicester winning, it's incredibly hard for tipsters at the moment to try and get games right. I'm offering you an unprecedented offer, and I mean unprecedented. No other tipster will offer this, but because we're so confident about this week's bets, I'm going to offer you a no strings free bet if Nathbet does not win this week. That's correct, ladies and gentlemen. All you need to do is put a bet on the double, treble and fourfold up to the total stake of £5 combined, and if Nathbet does not win this week, you can tweet in your bets, your bet slips to us, and I will give you an absolutely guaranteed £5 free bet on the double next week. £5 free bet on the double next week if Nathbet does not win this week. Remember, all you have to do is put the double, treble and fourfold on to the stake of £5 combined, and if Nathbet doesn't win, I will be refunding you with a free £5 bet to every single person that does that. We've got over 2,000 followers on Nathbet. That means I could potentially lose £10,000 this weekend if Nathbet doesn't come in. Well, I'm that confident that I think that it will come in. As you can see, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. So a free £5 bet to anyone who bets our tips this week. So what are those tips? Well, let's go straight on with the safe double. We're going to take Manchester City. They travel to Hull. That's our first bet of the week. We're going to back Manchester City to win this one. Man City maybe a little bit lucky to come away with a point against Chelsea last weekend. However, I do think with them resting plenty in midweek that they're going to have brush Hull aside pretty easily, really. Hull lost 3-2. Played a few first teamers in the Carling Cup defeat at West Brom in midweek. Couple that with a not too convincing display in the 2-2 home and 2-2 away draws against Newcastle and against West Ham. They've obviously got goals, but they are conceding at the back. They've got a problem at the back, and I do think Manchester City will have too much quality in the end and will dispose of Hull City pretty easily. So Manchester City to beat Hull is our first bet of the day. They're available at 3-5. Double them up with Nottingham Forest flying, undefeated at home. Absolutely fantastic form. I'm going to back Nottingham Forest to beat Brighton. Now, not Forest odds against 11-10, which I do like a lot. Brighton had a morale-boosting 3-0 win in the Carling Cup in midweek, but really they've been very, very poor away from home, only getting 1 draw so far this season. So Forest top of the table, and I fancy them to carry on the excellent run under Stuart Pearce. Forest 6-5 is the price there. Combine that, like I say, with Manchester City, gives us a 2.5 to 1 double. That is best price with Bet Victor. And we stay with Bet Victor, who are the best price with the treble as well, and also the fourfolds. Remember, Bet Victor, if you haven't got open an account, please do so by clicking on the Bet Victor icon on this site. Go through, open an account, and use all those fantastic exclusive Nathbet offers you will do if you have not opened an account already. So with the treble, Manchester United -1 against West Ham. That's right, -1. That means you need to win by 2 clear goals. Manchester United have an absolute mare, didn't they? Conceding 5 goals, 4 unanswered goals as well. At that, when they were 3-1 up, coaching at Leicester City, and all of a sudden 5-3. Absolutely unbelievable. I do think Manchester United will score goals for fun all season, really, especially with the attacking players that they've got there. Van Persie and Falcao still to open their accounts. I expect them to do so against West Ham United. I expect them to score at least 3 goals back at home, if not more. Like I said, the defence is a problem, but I do think that 3 goals, a 3-1 scoreline, or maybe even a 4-2 scoreline, it doesn't really matter as long as that's a winner, which it absolutely is. So even money, Manchester United -1 against West Ham, who have been playing better as of late, but I do think that, like Queen's Park Rangers, they might get Manchester United at a bad time, and so I'm backing Man United -1 at even money. Chelsea -1 is the other bet that we're going to do. They're 8-13 to dispose of Villa, both at home, Manchester United and Chelsea. Chelsea -1. Like I say, played very, very well, didn't they, at the Etihad? A better side. Obviously, Lampard's goal came back to haunt them. But Aston Villa 3-0 played pretty well, Aston Villa, but when that the quality of someone like Arsenal came to Villa Park. They got soundly beating 3-0. Stamford Bridge, I think I'm expecting the same kind of scoreline. I think it'll be 2 or 3-0 quite comfortably. So therefore, Chelsea -1 at 8-13 definitely appeals to us. Finish that off in League One. Exeter against Bury. Exeter yet to win at home this season. Bury absolutely flying. And I do expect Bury second in the table, and I expect them to go on and win this game comfortably. So 5-4, I think is an excellent price. Like I say, Exeter still to look for their first home win of the season, and we go with a hot hand here with Bury at 5-4. So that's Man U -1, Chelsea -1, and Bury 5-4 gives us a 5.7-1 treble, and that is with Bet Victor. Now, if the treble wins this week, guys, and if the fourfold wins this week, on top of the £10 bet we're going to be giving our lucky person for retweeting, on top of the £5 free bet we're going to give on the hashtag longshot as normal, we're going to give the treble and the fourfold, if they both come in, a free iPad mini for the winner. If you retweet all the tips, you are automatically entered into the draw. If the treble and the fourfold win, then one lucky person is going to be picked at random. We will be announcing that just before the start of play on Saturday, and they are going to win an iPad mini if the treble and the fourfold come in. So, treble 5.7-1, double 2.5-1, and the fourfold, which I'm very, very excited about. Liverpool, we're going to go with against Everton, and we're going to back in 2 derbies this week, actually, guys. 2 big derbies. Liverpool against Everton. Excuse me. Liverpool involved in that crazy Carling Cup tie against Middlesbrough in midweek. 14-13 on penalties, absolutely astounding. Middlesbrough played very, very well, actually. And Liverpool played a couple of their first teamers I didn't expect. The likes of Raheem Sterling played, Lallana played, so they're going to be a little bit tired. But Everton, looking back at Everton and the results that they've got at Liverpool, I don't know why people might say why I'm questioning why I'm backing Liverpool. Well, Everton are definitely not the side that they were. Roberto Martinez has had his first little test, I think, as Everton manager. He's had it all his own way. 3-1 defeat at Palace. Knocked out the Carling Cup to Swansea. It's not going quite well in the defence that has been so good in recent years. It's definitely showing a few kinks in their armour. So I fancy Liverpool at home. I really do. I know Balotelli came on as well, but he'll be fresh, as will plenty of the other players. And I just think fancy home advantage. They might nick it by the odd goal in a tight game. So Liverpool to beat Everton at 10-11 is our first bet. Double it up with Derby to go to Bolton and win. Derby flying high now after a difficult start. They've started to regain some of the form that saw them so close in the playoffs last season. Bolton only won 1 game in the league this season, so I think that Derby should go there and win. Derby are even money to do that, and I expect them to do that pretty easily, actually. So I think even money is a good price. Again, another away win, Norwich against Blackpool. Blackpool 2 points all season says the story there. They have improved slightly in recent weeks, 2-0 draws, fair enough, but they don't score goals. Norwich run 3 out of 4 away from home, so Norwich 8-11 is too good to turn down, especially when they're second place just behind Nottingham Forest in the Championship. Expect them to carry on as well. Norwich to beat Blackpool 8-11. Finish that off with another local derby, Arsenal against Spurs. Arsenal we're going to back on this occasion at 4-5. Again, another tight affair. Normally, not much in it, but Arsenal very, very good. 3-0 back to. I know they got knocked out the Carling Cup to Southampton, but they're resting most of the team. But an easy 3-0 win at Aston Villa, and plenty of players got things to prove to Arsene Wenger. Spurs difficult few weeks really for them. 2-2 draw at Sunderland, 3-0 loss at home to Liverpool. West Brom disposed of them obviously last weekend in that shock result. So not having his own way, Pochettino, and I do think that, like I say, similar to the Liverpool game, really home advantage will take precedence. So we're going to back Arsenal to beat Spurs there at 4-5. Liverpool derby, Norwich and Arsenal gives us a 10.9-1 fourfold, and like I said, with the other 2 best price with Bet Victor. Remember, guys, free £5 bet if Nathbet doesn't win to all people who put the bets on. A free £5 bet. Now, show me any of the tips that does that. Okay, take care, guys. Have a good one. Sleep on it. Get those bets on. Bye-bye.